Yeah, me and Sam, we were walking into town today, and Stephanie, who is the sponsor of this channel, you can go over to openairproperties.net. If you use the promo code FriarTuck, you will get a $50. Uh, uh, Sorry, guys, my brain just ain't working right now. So yeah, use the promo code FriarTuck to get $50 off of your deposit. And because it's the 4th of July, when you reach out to Stephanie, ask her what her special 4th of July special is. Because earlier in the week, she was doing $249 down, waiving the deposit, and then giving you a minimum payment to where you choose your own payments. Now, I know that she said she's inverting it, which means you'll probably be paying the like maybe get $100 deposit or something like that with but you're going to be paying the full property payment. So reach out to her and ask her what her 4th of July special is, and she will definitely be able to tell you. So you go over to Stephanie at openairproperties.net. She has her phone number on there, or you can send her an email. And in the promo code area, just put FriarTuck, and that way she knows that you're coming from this community. So right now, we're at basically the beginning of the, I'll call it the south end of town. It's more like the west end of town. But let me show you guys what it looks like. You guys are going to walk with me up to the Jiffy store, because you guys have seen all the way up to the Family Dollar. So this is the library. It is open. The library is open from Monday through Thursday from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. It's closed on Fridays. Lots of people come up here for the internet. This is where I did a live stream from there once. And then right next to it is the elementary school. And the high school is in the next town over. It's St. John's. But if you've got young kids, I think this is K through 5 or K through 8. I'm not 100% sure. I don't have a kid with me, so I don't necessarily know. But anyways, we're gonna walk through and visit and see Concho. As you see, you'll see all kinds of different things. People building their homes, getting their electricity. Something new I noticed has happened over the last couple months, because I normally don't walk this way into town. There's no reason for it. I go the other way because everything I need is on the other end of town. But I used to come down this way, and they actually paved the whole road up to the second cattle guard. So that's kind of interesting. It's an indicator that the area is growing and stuff like that, and they're gonna start increasing a lot of the ordinances and stuff like that. Something like, well, thank Tuntu and Lewis. Nice to see you. So, anyways, this right here that we're coming up to, where you see that stop sign, that is Highway 61. So we're gonna take the access road, and we're gonna go up until the next spot that we get to is gonna be the shower house and laundry. And yeah, it's really nice. For like $5, you can get Samantha, pay attention. For $5, you can get a shower. It's gonna cost you like $4 and some change to do a load of laundry. They sell laundry soap there, and when you go in for a shower, they have towels, so you don't need to bring your own towel. They do cater to some of the homeless community that's out here. We will be walking by the lake. We'll be getting close to the lake. So the lake is kind of like the divider between one side of town and the other. So, interesting. Must have a new person here. Okay. Yeah, I haven't seen that trailer here before. So, yeah, this place is growing. A lot of people are moving out here. I think this place is gonna grow quick, especially all the people that bought land during the pandemic. I mean, basically, my friend and I, we were talking about it because she does a lot of investing, and she was saying that the return on investment for land here in Concho is better than any return you can get from the stock market. So if you're looking at getting land either for investment purposes or for your own off-grid situation, go check out Stephanie at openairproperties.net. So, but we're going along. This is our access road, and there's the highway. Now, the other side of the highway, from what I understand, is that they're forcing people, like if you buy the land, you have to agree to build on it, because over where I'm at, you have the ability to still kind of, live in a trailer, live off grid and stuff like that. But those days are shortly being numbered. You got a year or two before you have to really start worrying about it. So if you want to move out to a piece of property and start building on it, quite frankly, if you got $50,000, buy a piece of land and have it built out, you could probably do it for about 50, 60 grand. And that's a house, a septic, and the land. And then, you're going to have to figure out all the rest. But that will at least get you started. So, you could stay there year round and you meet all the ordinances. And as they start enforcing them, it'll stop being an issue for you. So, no, we're walking. The thing about YouTube's live player on the phone is it does not have image stabilization. And the third-party app that I use uses so much bandwidth that it's hard to keep a stable connection, so I'm kind of forced doing it this way. But as you guys see, the other side of the road is pretty well built up. Looks like there's a water tower over there, and right over here somewhere on this ridge line, I think is the cell phone tower for the area. It was recently put up by Boost, and it was recently put up by Boost, and it's pretty good. Even out here, as far out as I am, I still get 3 bars. I don't use a 5G though. You want to set yourself up in your cellular settings as standard data, and you want to use LTE, and you'll get a much more stable connection than if you try and do this 5G, because it's just not that good out here yet. But standard data versus high speed is where you want to go, and you want to use LTE. But as you see, we got all kinds of stuff here. There's retired lawyers that live in here. I got to meet them one time. They're pretty cool. So, cool. Nice to see you. Hey, just so you guys know, Monday through Friday, I do a live broadcast over on my website. It's called hobotuck.com. So if you come over there at 5:30, you can be there for the live stream. Now, if you come over to Patreon, your membership gets you access to the green room, whether it be the $5 membership or the $10 membership. But shortly here, I am going to discontinue the $5 membership, just because the way things are changing and stuff like that. I think that the green room itself is worth $10 a month to be able to have access to it. As I start looking at syndicating people on my website, that may change, but things will also change that way as well. But come on over to hobotuck.com. If you go over into my blog section, I embed the broadcast in the blog. Sam, quit pulling. I embed the broadcast in the blog, so you can sit back and listen to the whole broadcast. Now, Monday through, like what you guys are getting here on YouTube, is a week delay. So if you want to keep up to date on the issues that I'm talking about, you would have to come over and see my blog over on hobotuck.com. So, what's up, Celtic Valur. Yeah, as you can see, this area's gotten really green. We've only gotten rain, like, we didn't really get a lot of rain the last couple days. I was expecting like 5 times more rain than we got. So it hasn't been that bad. I'm hoping that the lake got at least went up an inch or two. But we won't know until it happens. Sam, with me, come on. So, but if you guys have questions about living off grid or being in Concho, Arizona, which is where I'm at. Now, Stephanie has properties in Arizona, Colorado, and Arkansas. So I know I've got a friend who's like telling me, yeah, I really like Arizona because of the way that you can live on the land and work with it. But, you know, I'd rather be in the lush green area. So you may have to make a sacrifice. If you've got the money to come out and build, I definitely would. And the way that the world is about to fall apart, at least if it were me, with all the things that I know and that I've learned, I would be divesting myself from the stock market and from volatile things like that. Because right now, probably for the next couple of months, if you cash it out, even with the penalties and fees and stuff, you can take that money and it'll do more for you than when hyperinflation hits, because the dollar seems to be tanking. With the passage of the big beautiful bill, a lot of our international investors are pulling back, and they're going, we don't see this ship ever getting fixed. And so we've lost our ratings and everything else like that. It's just a matter of time. So if you've got money saved up, this is the time. This is that time where you're like, you better get in before everything goes out of control. So if you're thinking about buying land and building something, I would strongly look at going through Stephanie at Open Air Properties. And if you want it in a different state, she's got connections with other property investors. It's all owner financed. So you don't have to worry about going through a bank or having the bank call your loan and all this other stuff, because all of what she does is owner financed. So as long as you pay off the land, it's yours. And you don't have to worry about all the rigmarole and like the compound interest and shit like that you deal with the bank. Honestly, if you're gonna do business with somebody, owner finance for land is probably the smartest idea. I know some people say things about it, but from my experience, but Stephanie is one of those, she's one of those special people. And so if you don't, as long as you're good to her, she's good to you. And everything always goes right. So she's one person I would never have to worry about. Like, do I got to cover my bases? Are things going to get a little weird or anything like that? Not with Stephanie. She's in it more than just to sell you a piece of land. She wants to help you accomplish your goals. So in a way, it's kind of like philanthropy. She wants to see as many people as possible own land, accomplish their goals of living off grid or close to off grid as you can. So go check out Stephanie at openairproperties.net. Arizona is for someone on to a place like Idaho. Arizona is one of the last places, and it's always been that way. Arizona was the last one to take on communal property. Arizona was always been one of the last states to come online with the rest of what the federal government wants. So Arizona has a history of being more constitutional aligned. Now I know that you've got Phoenix and Tucson that kind of control the rest of the state, but apparently this county here, I think, is the last Democratic stronghold of the whole state. Once this flips red, the whole state is red. So, and this state has always been more libertarian from the history that I understand. So if you like the libertarian philosophy, you'll like Arizona. If you want something like super conservative, like right wing, like then I would go to Arkansas. If you're looking for something a little bit more liberal, then you're probably going to want to go to Colorado. That's just the way it is. It's just sorry guys, come on. But we're coming up on the shower house. I think we're coming up on the lawyers too. So, hey, what's up, Craig? Nice to see you, buddy. But this is what it's like living out here. July and August are monsoon season. As far as water goes, you're gonna have to figure out how to, you're either gonna have to get a well dug, which there's a really good aquifer here if you can actually find it and hit it. But otherwise you'll have to have it carted in. And there's places you can get it. If you can haul yourself, you can get it at a penny a gallon. So if you want somebody to deliver it because you ain't got a car like me, you're gonna pay $85 for 1,000 gallons, whether you use the full 1,000 gallons or not. And they just come out, fill up whatever tanks you have. So, but if you tell them your situation, the water company that I work with at least, they're pretty reasonable. Like, they know that that I only have a 300 gallon tank or 275 gallon. So whenever I call them up, I'm like, yeah, I've got a 275 gallon tank. You know, I need you to come. When's going to be the best day for you? And I'll put it a few days out, and then they'll call me and be like, hey, we're in your area. We've got one. We've got a half a tank left. We can drop it off to you for like $50. And I always take it because I mean, it saves me like $35. So every once in a while I'll take care of that because I go through a tank every 60 days. I only use about 5 to 7 gallons a day. And on the days I use 7 gallons, the next day I probably use 2 or 3. So I'm pretty stable on my water, but I also focus on water conservation. Like, as you can see, if you want to get the water, now there is water hookups and power hookups. So like total, but look at this, isn't this beautiful? So you can make your place look like this. Wow. And I think that's an oak tree. Wow. See, like this will give you ideas of what you can do around here, because natively you've got the juniper trees, but apparently they aren't actually native here. They soak up all of the water, and it's part of what keeps this area as dry as it is. Because if the juniper trees weren't here and we had different trees, they would take less water. But they're also heat resistant, so they'll survive this climate. Okay, so we're coming up. If you can see off in the background over there, like 3 or 4 poles down, is where the shower house is. So there's actually 2 storage facilities, one on each side of town. This storage facility, I see them put wood for sale out if you want to buy wood for a fire or whatever. They have that. There is, from what I understand, is during certain times of the year, you could pay for a permit and go out into the forest and scavenge down trees, down branches, stuff like that, and then turn that into your firewood. So I've even seen people use these juniper trees. There's a guy that I've walked by his place. He's actually used the juniper tree branches as a way to make a fence. He got the straight ones and worked with them like that. It's pretty cool. So as I live in a place that has summer on the installment plan, to me it's 80 plus temps, only 6 paydays so far. I had to actually wear a sweater today. Wow. Well, that's definitely good. So this right here, that little house that you see, that has actually come up. They must have finished it a couple months ago, but they were starting it first of the year. I think it took them like 2 to 3 months to put this house up, It was really, really quick. So as you see, you've got people that are building out and stuff like that, because a lot of people like, I just want to move off grid, but I want to have all the amenities. Well, you know, this is where all the platinum off-gridders live. So I don't know what this is. It's either an office or a warehouse, or it might be an apartment complex, who knows. But as you see where the truck is and everything like that, that is okay, that is the shower house. They will sell you cocoa at I think it's like $2 a cup. They'll sell you coffee. They'll give you creamer but no sugar. For either that or it's sugar and no creamer. I can't remember which it was. But yeah, you can get stuff like that there, and they also do like ice cones and stuff like that during the summer. They're like $2, $2.50 a piece. But yeah, these guys are open 7 days a week. Now during the winter, sometimes when the ground freezes, and these guys are trying to keep their pipes going and stuff, but even the pipes freeze and you come in to get a shower and you can't because it ain't draining because the fucking drains got frozen. But yeah, this is the place where where I used to come up and take a shower all the time, but now that it's summer and spring and probably even in fall, I'll have an opportunity to, come on, Sam. I'll have an opportunity to, what's the word I'm looking for? I can just use my shower bag. See, they have a shaved ice thing there. So, come on. Sam, quit pulling. Stop right now. Quit pulling. With me. Yeah, quit trying to go your own way. Come on. But as you see, pretty much everything that you want is going to be right here along the highway, because this is where everybody comes in and out at. So, Sam. But as you guys can see, that is a shower house. This is self-storage. So let's cross the street here. I gotta get her some water when we get to the store. But yeah, the couple that runs this, they're pretty awesome. It's a family thing. They also have one of these in St. John's. Oh, and if you want water, like if you want to fill up your jugs, it's 25 cents a gallon here. And it's filtered reverse osmosis. So if you're really picky about your water, that's where you go. As you see, we've got this, but there's one other center that I want to show you. Because like I said, this is the back end of town. And on the front end of town, you've got the Family Dollar, the Ray's Barbecue, which is the only restaurant in town. And then you have the post office, and you have the thrift shop. And there's supposed to be a coffee shop going in there, but honestly, I think a coffee shop that's too big city for this area. I don't think it'll do well. You know, people, well, I mean, it'll take care of the morning crowd like me that comes in, because they don't open the restaurant until like 11 o'clock noon. And by then, I'm home by like 9:30. So I start walking at about 6. Today's a longer walk because it adds 2 miles by going this way, because we're still going to go back home the way we normally come in, which is a lot easier. But this was a pretty nice walk. If you don't mind walking, you can get into town. You can get into town within an hour and 15 minutes. It's about a 3.5 mile walk. At least as far out as I am. Now there's some people, like I've got a guy that's moving out here. He's going to be an extra half mile to mile down the road, but still, it's not that hard to get into town. And if you got something like a propane tank, it's pretty easy to have somebody give you a ride in to get you propane. And if you just got a normal 5-gallon tank, you're going to be paying about $12 to $15 to fill it up. Sorry, Sam had to use. Come on, with me. Pay attention. Let's go. So, but yeah, I don't generally stop by this Jiffy store because the manager was a jerk. Yes, TJ, I will when we get to the Family Dollar, which is on all the way at the other end of town. So, so this is the Mellon Community Center. There is a not-for-profit that is here for the benefit of the community. It does all the events, all the parades, the fairs, stuff like that. And they even have bingo on Monday nights. I'd like to come one time and do bingo. But if you want to socialize and you want to get to know people in the community, you want to come up here to the Mellon Center. You either go to the Mellon Center or you hang out at Ray's Barbecue. That's the only way you're going to get to know your community around here. That's how I first got introduced. Farm Girl and I stopped off at Ray's Barbecue the day we moved in, or as we were getting things moved over. And I got to meet people. I was even invited to come over and join the volunteer fire department. So, Sam, with me. So, that's just kind of the way it is. But as you see, okay, so this is what I'm talking about. So some of you guys asked me, or see that I'm trimming up my trees, okay? If you catch them when they're young, okay, if you catch a juniper when it's young, you can actually get it to look like that. Looks like a normal tree. But the thing is, most people don't maintain them. They let them go like that. And the thing is they keep branching out. But if you slowly do it out, but this is a juniper tree, but it goes straight up. There's quite a few of them out here. I'm working on some, but as you see, as they grow up, they start sprouting out. Now, something like that is reasonable, but as long as it's going up and not out. So you see the big difference between the trees. If you are going to, because like my land has a lot of trees on it. There's other land that has no trees or maybe one tree on it if you're lucky. And that's usually more of the flat spots that don't have the trees on them. But the trees, having the trees on it is, you're gonna wanna manicure them, because otherwise they'll look like that. Which that's great if you're using it as a barrier and you can create walls like that. And quite frankly, that's why my trailer is where it's at, is to use the trees to kind of dampen some of the wind. We had propane stuff going. Hi folks, still did up when they, yeah, well, propane's easy. You know how much fuel you have, and electricity, as much as everything's going, yeah, electricity is, I think it's more expensive and less efficient. I think that having local solar is more, having local solar is a better source of electricity, more reliable, and you're not dependent on the grid. You're dependent on basically your hardware and your ability to know what's going on. So I know somebody that uses 700 watts worth of power, daisy chain through a couple of batteries, and he keeps all of his stuff going, including like a freezer and stuff. So it is possible. And the thing is, you can get 300 watt refurbished panels out here for like $89. You go to the solar panel stores, they're the ones that they took off either because they had to repo it or whatever. And so they resell them. And so you can get the charge controller and the 300 watt panel for like, I don't know, like $120 or something like that, $150 tops. So there are good deals. Unless you just go get your own charge controller, which would probably be cheaper. But if you're looking at doing multiple, you might want to look into their charge controllers. But yeah, you could, for less than $500, you could have enough power just through 3 panels. Well, just to get the panels, charge controller, and maybe 1 battery. So, you notice everybody waves. So out here, you better say hi to people. You see, with having city water, they can make nice green, lush area around here. And here's the thing, you know, it's water. So if you choose to go that route, you know, you can get city water. But here's the thing, once you put city water or city power on your land, you automatically lose your land to communal property. So, all right, we're coming up on Jiffy. So you see where that house is? Here, hold on. Sam, pay attention. Get over here. Get over here. All right, hold on a second. So let me see. So we've got this house right here. Okay, the lake is right there. And I don't know how exactly how full it is, considering that we barely got a light dusting. I was kind of hoping for more, because the monsoon rains kind of set up all the necessary water that we need for the rest of the year, at least for the lake and the waterfall and a lot of the agriculture that goes on around here, because that's really what it's used for. It's used for the ranchers and the cows. It's used for farmers that are down the way. Come on, pay attention. Okay, so this is a Jiffy store. I'm not a big fan. I don't ever really go in unless I have no other choice. I prefer going to the Family Dollar. Yeah. All right, come on. Yeah. Hey, let's go. Okay, yeah. As you guys can see, she needs to cool down. Come on, let's go. Yeah, now that you've made sure. Hey, you don't stop. Let's go. So we've got the Jiffy store here. And as you see, they have little lines here. So if you decide you want to peddle your goods, it's $10 a day. They have a list of rules that you have to do. But as you see, and then you have over here across the street. So they have a gas station. This is also the liquor store. So if you want to worry about that. But as you see over here, we have the feed store. So they have Sam, stop. They have the feed store, and the feed store you can get propane. You can also get eggs at like $5 a dozen because they're local eggs. You can get anything that you really need to feed your animals, or for like propane and plus water and stuff like that. So come on, Sam, let's go. So we're gonna go up here. Okay. So apparently there is a church up here I didn't know about. Sunday worship 11 a.m. Sunday school 10 a.m. Okay. Yeah. So anyways, oops, excuse. Yeah, get some water. Come on. All right, get some water. Yeah, it's warm, and this is a longer walk. Normally, when we get up to Jiffy, and plus there's a what? Oh, you can see the lake from here. So let me show you the lake real quick, because some of you might be wanting to see the lake. Okay. So as you see, it's down really. It's down a lot. Wow. Here, let me give you guys a closer look. Sam, stop. So as you see, that water level, it might be a foot deep if you're lucky. I really don't think it's that bad. What's up? Okay, so anyways, hold on. Okay, so anyways, That is the lake here. So there's also camping around here. It's free camping. You don't have to pay for it. So there's free camping. But up here is where we're gonna get to the Family Dollar. So we've been going for about 35 minutes. It's been going pretty good. You guys got to see the back end of Concho. Stay tuned. So part of the reason why I've been showing off Concho is on Sunday, I'm heading to Missouri for a few weeks, and then I may end up heading up to Michigan for a couple of weeks, and I may not be back here until, I don't know, October at the latest, or excuse me, October to May, depending upon things that are going to be going on. So I want to give you guys one last hoorah around here, because and that's why we do one video a month for Stephanie, and I wanted to showcase the town, and so that's why yeah. Anyway, so Stephanie is sponsoring that video, and so I would encourage you guys to strongly look at it. But again, happy 4th of July, everyone. If you want a good deal on land right now, this is one of the very, very few times you're ever going to get a smoking deal like what you're getting from Stephanie. So you better just get it. So anyways, guys, thanks for being here, and I will see you Tuesday, or when I'm because I'm catching the bus on Sunday. I won't be into where I got to go until 2 a.m. on Tuesday. So maybe Monday I might do a morning live stream, since I won't be doing a broadcast on hobotuck.com, because I'll be on the road. It's kind of hard to do a broadcast when you're on a bus. So anyways, guys, I will either see you tonight at 5:30 Eastern on hobotuck.com, or I will see you when I'm on the bus between now and then. So thanks for being here, guys, and I will see you when I see you again.